Hello everyone, and welcome back to another Transformers review. And as you can see, I'm doing the second of my stunticon Transformers. Obviously these are Decepticon combiners from the G1 series, what came out in '86. This figure is called Wild Rider, and he's modelled on a Ferrari of the era. Anyone remembers Magnum PI? He's the same kind of Ferrari as in that series. Quite a nice little car mode, you know, it's quite a nice little compact mode, as with all the stunticons. All with freewheeling wheels. Pretty basic colour scheme, you know, he's just basically a metallic-y sort of grey and red windows painted on. Came with some sticker details, which obviously they're Decepticon logos, and his rub sign, which I believe this one will show up a bit better than Breakdowns like it did. There you go, still works after all these years. He came with, again, a larger weapon, which is a plasma cannon, I think that is, and a laser scatter, I think it was a scatter shot weapon. As you can see, I've still got the backing card for this one as well, which I'll bring in so you can see the artwork. I just left the camera up. Quite good artwork on these G1 figures, and I'll show you the back, which basically shows all of the stunticons, how to transform him. I'll move that in the right way, and I'll bring in the sort of details about him. If you want to freeze it at that point, you'll be able to read about his motto and what he gets up to. Anyway, getting back to the actual figure. As with all the stunticons in the combiner mode, you know, they're pretty basic figures. You flick up the bonnet that way on this figure rather than the opposite direction with Breakdown, and slide it over so it's above the roof, and then it's basically just pull down on the back of the car, and then you can just move his arms out. And obviously he holds his little scattershot weapon. Doesn't exactly fit in like a hand, because the hands are moulded there and it's a hole behind it, sort of, which actually the weapon pegs into. But it's not a bad little figure. Again, you know, it's pretty basic. The combiners of the G1 era were pretty sort of like rudimentary, just sort of basic. No articulation, you know, it's basically just his arms, there's nothing in the legs at all. And obviously the head doesn't turn, but of course that comes out again for any combining mode, which I'm sure everyone's familiar with. Quite nice sticker details. I'll get the light off them so you can actually see them. They're a bit worn on his chest and that, there are some on there as well, and a little bit worn on his feet, because obviously when you're going along in car mode they get rubbed a bit, which is a little bit of a shame. But you know, he's pretty much a, you know, as with all G1s, a bit kibbly. It's pretty obvious what he transforms into. But then it's not this mode necessarily what you're buying them for, it's the combiner side. I didn't actually show you his car mode with his main cannon on, which I'll just quickly transform him. That is the one advantage when something's that simple, it's quite quick to change it. And of course that just pegs in to the big hole on the back of the car, and then you can have the attack mode and vehicle mode as well. And that's pretty much it for Wild Rider. As with all my reviews, please feel free to comment, and if you're not already subbed, please feel free to do that too. And any questions, you know, just drop me a line. Okay, well, that's it for Wild Rider, and I shall see you again for another Transformers review.